Depending on your type of business, you may need to raise invoices for your clients. This is most common but not limited to service-based industries or construction industries. Here's how.
Hey guys, welcome to another How to Do video series. My name is Sean, and in this video I'm going to show you how to raise an invoice and reconcile an invoice. So first thing is we want to raise an invoice for a transaction that has already happened, which is this transaction right here, $5,000. Usually invoices are raised for future income. So income that you're going to receive, you pass your client an invoice and they will pay you that invoice amount. But then for just the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to create an invoice for an income that has already hit the bank account, just so that you can see the entire process of reconciliation and how the invoice tracking system in Xero works. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to set up your invoice when you have a new Xero file. So click on this, click on settings, go to invoice settings, and click on options, click on edit. Here you want to put in your terms. So please make payment within 14 days after invoice date to Demo 1 Pty Ltd. Put in your invoice, your BSB and your account number. In the quotes, you want to say, please note that the quote will expire within 30 days or whatever your quote term is. All right. The next thing you want to change is the default settings. You want to change it to, instead of 0001, you want to change it to 0500 because you didn't want your client to think that you are running a new business. The next thing you want to do is let's go ahead and raise an invoice then. So also in the default settings, you can also choose when's the due date, whether it's 14 days after the invoice date and when the quote expiry date is. Okay, and there are different options. Click Save. Click on Business and click on Invoices, and let's raise an invoice for this transaction here. So you can see this transaction happened on the 2nd of July 2021. I'm going to click on New Invoice. I'm going to say to who it is. It's to Universal. Let's just call this person Universal. Okay, add as a new contact. Put in the date, 2nd July 2021, or whatever date it is that you want to put in. And this will be an invoice number as per the default setting. It would just keep going up and up and up. The next invoice will be 501, 502, vice versa. All right, put in the description of the invoice. For example, if it's a marketing service, you put in marketing service, maybe for SEO or anything like that. And then here you can even create items. So if you click here, you can click on new items, and then you can create new items for your invoices. Okay, and you can put in the unit price, what the sales account is, usually sales, and then what the tax rate is. Okay, so put in the description, put in the quantity one, and just now the unit price was $5,000, so I put in $5,000, and then the account is sales because it's a sales invoice. And then you can see here whether you want the invoice to be tax inclusive or tax exclusive. Usually invoices are tax exclusive, so you got $5,000 plus $500 on top. But for the purpose of this exercise, I want it to be tax inclusive because I've received $5,000 in total, including tax. So I click on tax inclusive. Here I can click preview and I can preview the invoice. And then here, this is how it looks like on the phone. And I click approve. As you can see here, it says invoice approved. You can email the invoice straight away to your client. You can print it as a PDF, and you can even repeat the invoice right here. Okay, if the invoice is wrong, you can void the invoice as well. So afterwards, let's go ahead and refresh this page, and you can see what happens is that this invoice, this amount, turns green because it has recognized that an invoice has been raised and it matches the invoice to this transaction. So that's the match function of Xero. Okay, it matches the invoice to the transaction. And if you click on business invoices, you can see that the status of this invoice is awaiting payment. But the transaction was actually, the money has already hit the bank account, it has already been received. So why is it saying awaiting payment? It's because it's not reconciled yet. You haven't reconciled the transaction to the invoice. So once I go ahead and reconcile the transaction to the invoice and click OK, and refresh this page, what happened is that it will say paid. And once it's paid, your invoice, if you click into it, you can see that there's no more amount due and the payment has been made. And that is how you raise an invoice. Thank you.